40K, your 4930K, your 3960X, your 3820, your 4960X, 4970X, etc. So that was HEDT on Sandy Bridge and Ivy Bridge. Then there was Haswell E and Broadwell E, which was X99. So that was like 2014 when that came out. That was the world's first DDR4 consumer product, even though it was high-end desktop. That was Haswell E, so that was your 5960X, and then Bravo E, your 6900K. Those are the world's first 8-core CPUs that were in like an actual consumer could actually buy one, although they were insanely expensive. I'm talking you had to spend $1,000 in 2014 if you wanted an 8-core 16-thread. Think about that for a second, guys. Think about that. Because we've had to deal with like so much inflation over the years. Think about the fact that a 9800 X3D or a 7800 X3D is an 8-core 16-thread at the current price point that it's at now. Whereas 10 years ago, if you wanted an 8-core 16-thread, you had to buy an Intel HEDT and spend $1,000 for just the CPU. And you still had to buy a $500 Rampage 4 Extreme or a Rampage 5 Extreme or X99 with very expensive DDR4 2400 megatransfers. So that is what a true high-end desktop was a decade ago. Now we have regular consumer gamer desktops that have the same amount of cores and thread counts that vastly outperform a 10-year-old high-end desktop. So that gives you guys an idea of how far we've come. Yeah, we got lots of SSDs. So I've got 2 hard drives in here. I've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. Yes, that's right. We've got 7 M.2 SSDs in this thread machine. Has so many PCIe that I could fit an 8 SSD in my phone. I could fit 8 M.2, so it's 7 out of 8 M.2. The last one, and I will
almost there.
Another enterprise SSD M.2 Gen 4.
Terrain there.
So I
think I can use it in combat.
Crosshair. So I said that exactly.
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
See here, we have dual graphics cards because Threadripper does not have any integrated graphics. So I've installed 2 separate graphics cards for multi-GPU. We have an AMD Pro W7500. This is responsible for encoding the live stream that you guys are watching right now using AV1 encoding on AMD's RDNA 3 architecture. This graphics card is very low power. Professional workstation graphics card with 8 gigabytes. It has an AV1 encoder. We're using that to encode the live stream. This is basically professional workstation. ISP. This gives me access to it. And then I also have a graphics card insane amount of CPU power. It has like multi-GPU. I could put a third graphics card in here with flash on it. I don't really see the need of adding another graphics card on here because I feel like 2 of them is enough. One for the encode, one for the game. Now granted, I could use the 4090 to also render or encode the video. Technically I don't need the Radeon. But it is nice to run the Radeon. And the nice about the Radeon card is so powerful. I don't need a PCIe power fan for this card. I literally just run on no 6 fabulous graphics card. This is actually the graphics card that I've seen a lot of for overclocking. Like if they're gonna put a CPU to its limit, they want to disable the integrated graphics on the system. Again, like ever so slightly delivery to the core on crazy how so they'll use something like this. But this is way more powerful and it also is powerful. And it's a single slot graphics. This is the highest true yeah, if you're someone who wants a lot of the 9950 X3E is going to probably be an amazing CPU. It's going to have it's not going to have as much as this, 48 threads, but it's going to have 32 threads, which means it can shred through compiling shaders similar to this. On top of that, it's going to have Zen 5, the AMD Zen 5 architecture, brand new architecture, whereas this is technically Zen 5. The nice thing about AMD stuff is like, you know, if and when they come out with a 10,000 thread ripper, I can just swap over to that. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to do that because it's going to be a very expensive upgrade, but it's nice to have stay on the exact same.
Look out!
Both of these are connected to the motherboard, yes. They're both plugged in. The 4090 is using 16 lanes. The Radeon W7500 is using 8 lanes. This only uses 8 lanes. In fact, we go let's go AV1 primarily and HEVC, and it's a static config. So if I ever swap to 4090, I don't have to reconfigure all of my settings because everything that's video related runs off of this one.
Get a load of these flies! We've been getting those flies. Check your sacred secrets.
That's okay.
So yeah, this. Oh, you know why? Because I probably have the canvas on here set to 4K instead of downscaling. Okay, so this is the GPU, guys. Single slot. It is very thin and flat, so that way it doesn't take up much space in the case, and there's no power cable. So it only pulls, you know, less than 75 watts. So it's very efficient and it has an AV1. So this is a professional card though, so it's kind of overkill for most people. I said earlier, I'm using this to encode the live stream. The way you guys are watching this live stream is from this graphics card. This is doing all the work. All doing the AV1 through. But yeah. So in terms of how powerful this tiny little GPU, this GPU is as powerful as a Titan X. Titan X Maxwell from like a while back. So it's obviously you're not gonna, it's way better than integrated graphics, let's put it that way. This beats out 8700G, the Intel Core Ultra's integrated graphics. This thing like shreds through games in that category, like a 1080p. But no, this is not going to be capable of running like Monster Hunter Wilds or anything. But yeah, that is the graphics that I'm using. The other one that we looked at just now, the other one in the system is this one. And it is the one shown here. It is the Founders Edition 4090 Founders Edition. This is the exact one in the PC. It has been featured in several of my videos on the channel in the past. I don't think I've ever shown the AMD Radeon Pro, but these are the two GPUs that are used with my Threadripper system. What happens if you do encode and play? You can do that. You can do that, but you will lose a tiny bit of performance. So, like, we were showing that earlier with Task Manager. So if we go back here. So, for example, we're using the Radeon Pro. Oops, I didn't want to make it so big. I didn't want to do that. I don't know why I made it so large. Anyway. So you guys can see right here, we are encoding the game video codec engine. This